want you to enjoy the magic show. We have here Steve Rodman, the magician with the comic touch. So in addition to being amazed by illusions, you'll be rolling over in your chair. Okay? Everybody, let's hear it for Steve Rodman.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Steve Rodman. How many people here have ever seen me before? How many people have never seen me? How many people don't give a shit?
We have to be PG-13.
How many people don't care? So, my wife and I just celebrated our silver anniversary. Thank you. 25 years of marriage counseling. We joined Weight Watchers. We went to a meeting. The leader asked, "What food changes have you made?" My wife said she went from eating red meat to more fish. I said I went from a keg of Bud to a keg of Bud Light. I do all the food shopping at home. It gives me a chance to snack through the aisles. You should have seen the look on the cashier's face when she tried to ring up an empty can of Hormel ham. I go to those all-you-can-eat buffets. You like those? Yeah. Well, they got savvy. They look out for people like me. So I came up with a plan. I go late in the day for lunch. Then I hide in the bathroom and wait for the shift change. I'm also, not only am I fat, I'm also out of shape. Every morning when I go outside to get my newspaper, I have to kick it close to my car so I have something to lean on when I bend over. I was doing a show last week. This young girl in the front said to me, "Steve, you know, you're really not that fat. You shouldn't be telling fat jokes." I said, "Really?" So I sat on her. She said, "Get off me, you fat bastard." I went to the doctor for a checkup. He said to me, "Steve, I found out what your problem is." He says, "You have food allergies. Every time you eat, you break out into fat." He said, "I want you to eat more fruits, vegetables, and grains." I said, "That's the kind of stuff you feed to a cow." So I did. Then I ate the cow. So my wife's parents, Melvin and Mildred, they live in Florida. Melvin is 96 and Mildred is 89. My wife and I went to visit them. They came to pick us up at the airport. While I'm waiting in the terminal, I'm watching the news, and I noticed something disturbing, and I called Melvin on his cell phone. I said, "Melvin, listen, I'm watching the news. I want you to be careful because apparently there's a car going the wrong way on I-95. He said, "One car, there's hundreds of them." So they get to the airport to pick us up, and Mildred decides she's going to drive back. So my wife and I get in the back seat. Mildred takes off. She goes through a red light. My wife turns to me and says, "Boy, she's never done that before." Then she goes through a second red light, then a third red light. My wife goes, "Ma, you just went through 3 red lights." Mildred said, "Crap, am I driving?" We get back to the condo. My wife has to take Melvin for a hearing test. They come back a couple of hours later, and I noticed that Melvin's got a new hearing aid. I go, "Melvin, look at that. Brand new hearing aid." He goes, "Yup, state of the art, cost me $4,000. I said, "What kind is it?" He said, $230. I went out golfing with Melvin and 2 of his buddies. All 3 of them are hard of hearing. We get out to the golf course and Melvin goes, "Boy, windy, isn't it?" Second guy goes, "No, it's Thursday." Third guy says, "Yeah, me too. Let's go get a beer." We were down there during Valentine's Day. So Melvin, the ever-romantic, he does the same thing every year. He takes Mildred to an upscale Hallmark store. They go over to the card section. He tells her to pick out any card she wants, read it, and then put it back. Then they go to Sam's Club and eat all the samples for dinner. Then they sit back and relax on a couch and watch a movie at Best Buy. She got even this year, though. She got her one of those medical ID bracelets, and she had it engraved, in case of an emergency, do not resuscitate. So Melvin's got a friend named Irv. Irv's 97. We were sitting by the pool, and he says he was getting married. I go, you're getting married? You're 97. He goes, yep. I said, how long have you known this woman? He said, not long. I said, well, does she have any money? He said, no, we spend all of mine. Well, does she cook? No, we eat out all the time. What about sex? He goes, there is none. I said, what are you getting married for? He said, she can still drive. Here it is. What I'd like to do is show everybody how to make a handkerchief disappear. All I do is take the handkerchief and poke it into my fist like this, and right before your eyes, the handkerchief changes into an egg, and the handkerchief appears in my pocket over here. It's nothing, it's nothing. I could tell by the applause it was nothing. What I'd like to do is teach everybody how this is done. You see, I cheat. This is not a real egg. It has a hole in it. And the handkerchief fits inside. So here's what you do. You go to the store and you buy a plastic egg. You take it home and you punch a hole in it. The egg goes in one of your pockets. Now, while you're at the store buying the egg, you buy 2 handkerchiefs that are the same size and the same color. One of the handkerchiefs goes into the pocket with the egg. The other handkerchief goes into the other pocket, and you're ready to do the trick. You come out and say, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to show you a magic trick. And you put both hands in your pockets, making believe you don't remember where you put the handkerchief. What you're doing is secretly getting the egg. Now, magicians call that secretly getting the egg. Once you have the egg, you reach into your pocket, pull out the handkerchief, and say, oh, here it is. Now all you do is poke the handkerchief into the egg. Now you have to remember to poke the handkerchief deep down into the egg because you don't want any of the ends to stick out. Now, once the handkerchief is in the egg, you show everyone that it's changed, then you reach into your other pocket and pull out the other handkerchief. Now, that's how the trick is done. However, there is a problem. And the problem is sometimes someone in the audience will say, hey, turn the egg around. Well, I could put my thumb over the hole, then no one would ever see the hole of the handkerchief, and I don't have anything to worry about. But then somebody usually says, hey, Steve, move your thumb out of the way. Let's see the whole egg. Yeah, well, if I do that, everyone will see the hole and the handkerchief. So what do? It's simple. If you're a magician, you take the hole, you peel it off, then you take the egg and break it. Give me a 10. No, give me a 10. Don't sit down. Give me a 10. Joe, was it? Joe, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play a little game with Joe's $10 bill. Here's how it's played. Hold on to that bill for a second, Joe. All right, Joe. You have your bill. We're going to need to identify this bill. Hold on to that. So what I need you to do is write your first name right across the face of that bill. Here. We use the pen I got from the bank. One second. Just write your first name right across the face of that bill. That's so we'll know that bill again later when we see it. Let me have the pen back. Okay. Great. All right. There it is, Joe, right? Right. You see that? His name right there? Joe? That's your name? Yeah. You just wrote that? Yeah. You know what you just did? You just defaced government property. That's against the law. Joe, is this the $10 bill you just gave me? Thank you very much. For my next trick, ladies and gentlemen. Just kidding. All right, Joe. That's it, right? Your name? Okay. Here's what we're going to do, Joe. I'm going to take the bill, fold it up into a little piece like this. What I want you to do is hold it in the air so everyone can see it. Now, Joe, I have 4 envelopes. 3 of the envelopes contain a plain piece of paper. They're already sealed. The 4th envelope is for your $10 bill. Now, those plain pieces of paper would represent your bill. And what's going to happen is I'm going to place your bill into the 4th envelope, and then you're going to get a chance to try and find your $10 bill. And may I state publicly that I assume no responsibility for what happens here today. So, Joe, here we go. Your bill goes into the envelope. I hate this part. And we seal it. Now, Joe, here's the problem. The problem is that all of the envelopes look the same. So, to give you a fair chance, what I'm going to do is number the envelopes. Let me mix them up a little bit. And I will now number the envelopes in Spanish. Uno. Don't get ahead of me. Dos. 3. And double dose. For those of you that do not speak Spanish, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, Joe, all I need you to do is select one of these 4 envelopes. Just remember that the envelope you select will contain your $10 bill. I want you to give this some very serious thought. Just remember. Which one did you pick? Envelope number 1. What I want you to do is fold it in half like that. Fold it in half again. Stick it in your breast pocket. Let it stick out a little bit. That's where the handkerchief would go if you weren't too cheap to buy one. So, Joe, you could have selected any one of these 4 envelopes. Is that correct? You could have selected envelope number 2, or envelope number 3, or envelope number 4. But no, you chose envelope number 1. Joe, I'm going to give you a chance to change your mind. Joe, you can keep the envelope that's in your pocket. You can have one of the 3 that I'm holding here in my hand, or you can have what's behind the door. What, you're going to stick with envelope number 1? Good answer, Joe, good answer. To make sure that the envelope you selected contains your $10 bill, all right, Joe, listen. While those envelopes are burning and smoldering, what I want you to do is take the envelope out of your pocket, open it up, and show everybody that inside of that envelope is your $10 bill. Open up the envelope, Joe. Take out that 5. Let's see Joe written right across the face of that $2 bill. Let's see that buck. Show. Oh, crap. Is he still here? Hey, Joe, thanks for being such a great assistant. Let's give Joe a nice round of applause. All right, Joe, I can't let you go away empty-handed, so I'll tell you what. See this piece of paper? I owe you $10. Here, sign it. Sometimes it works. All right, Joe, I'll tell you what. Hold open the envelope like this. Use both hands. It's good. Is there anything in there? No. All right, Joe, here's what I want you to do. After you leave here today, you don't live too far? Good. I want you to go to your bank. Ask to see the manager. Tell him or her you just came from a magic show. The magician borrowed a $10 bill. He did a magic trick with it. This is what's left. If you give this to the manager, he'll tell you exactly what to do with it. All right, Joe, look. I really can't let you go away empty-handed. So, ladies and gentlemen, I come prepared for emergencies such as this. Joe, you'll notice in my jacket I have a wallet. Is that correct? Inside the wallet is a zippered compartment. Is that correct? Is it zippered shut? Good. Would you grab the little end and open my zipper? Of the wallet! Go as far as it'll go. That's great, Joe. Inside of this zipper compartment, ladies and gentlemen, is my emergency. Joe, can you tell me what that says? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I come equipped with fire insurance. And Joe, you'll notice this side is totally sealed. What does that say? Totally sealed, that's right. Joe, hold your hands out like this. Is there anything in there? Here it comes. Open it up, Joe. Does that have your name on it? You bet it does. Ladies and gentlemen, there's Joe's $10 bill right there. Let's give Joe a round of applause. Thank you, Joe. Any animal, Angela, have we ever met before? There's no way I could know what animal you were thinking of, right? We didn't talk about this before the show. Do you have an animal in mind? I have my picture right here. I can't change it. Angela, what was the animal you were thinking of? A kangaroo? I'm sorry, Angela. It's a pig. It's not a kangaroo. It's a pig. Wrong animal. All right, Angela, I lied. I have another animal inside this envelope. So think of another animal. I have one right here. Certainly we know it's not a kangaroo. So Angela, just think of another animal. You got one? What is it? A rabbit. A rabbit. Angela, you're not getting with the program. It's a pig. A pig. We have another pig. All right, Angela. I have one more picture of an animal in here. You got another animal in mind? Yeah. What do you got? A cat. You know, you're not thinking very well, Angela. It's a pig. How many times do I have to show you it's a pig? You know, it really didn't matter what animal you picked. I had them all covered. Let's give Angela a round of applause. Thank you for volunteering. Now, Ann, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Have you ever helped a magician before? No. So this is your lucky day. You get to help me. Have you ever seen a magician on television?
Yes.
Have you ever seen another magician live besides me?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Any of those magicians, whether live or on television, happen to have a beautiful assistant, sort of like the one standing next to me? No, the answer should be no. Nobody's beautiful as you. But did any of those assistants happen to wear an exotic costume?
Yes.
They did. Good, I have one for you. Ann, take a step forward, please. That's it, just like Now that you dress like a beautiful magician's assistant, Ann, I want you to give everyone a little assistant's pose. Look at that, huh? Just like Anna White. You know, you have a Facebook page?
No.
No. Otherwise, you're on Facebook in about 5 minutes, yeah. So, Ann,
Yes.
what I need you to do is reach into this bag and take out what's in there. What is that? That's correct. Now, Ann, to go along with the bag and the rope, if I cut this end off, now I don't have any ends, right?
No, you have to.
Just testing, okay. All right, Ann, let me ask you another question. If I take the rope, bring the middle up like this, and you cut it in half, how many pieces will we have?
2.
Great. Pay attention. The questions get harder. All right, Ann, here's what I want you to do. I'll hold the rope. And I'd like you to take the scissors and cut right through the loop.
I can't open them.
They go up and down like this, okay? Just take the scissors right through the loop. Cut the rope in half.
I can't open them.
Well, let me explain how scissors work, okay? Mr. Thumb goes in the top hole. These 2 fingers go in the bottom hole, and they go up and down like that.
Yeah.
Got it?
I can't.
Chill. They go up and down like that. It's okay. I have another pair. It's okay. I have another pair.
That's a pair, all right.
Try my safety scissors. Just kidding. All right, Ann, look.
What?
Here's a good pair. All I want you to do is just cut the rope in half. Oh, before you do, just remember, this is the rope, and these are the fingers. Make sure you know the difference.
Okay.
Open it wide. Scissors, not now. Scissors. And cut. Good. Let's give Ann a round of applause. All right, Ann, what you've done is you've cut the rope into 2 equal. No. You screwed that up. Look. You see the way they're even up here?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be even down here.
Yeah.
All right, take the scissors and just trim that one so it's even. Great. You're doing a great job. And the idea of this trick is to restore the rope back to its original shape and form with 2 ends and a middle. And there you go. Thank you very much. You're getting ahead of yourself. Hold on to that. Down there, good. You like that knot there? Say no. All right, how about over here? How about over here?
Yeah.
You know what? Let's start all over again.
Okay.
All right, Ann, I tell you what.
What?
Hold that end. Hold that end. Hold that end. And hold that end. Great. And take those 5 pieces of rope, and I want you to shove them into the bag. 1 piece at a time.
Oh.
Piece number 1.
Wait a minute. 1.
Good. Piece number 2. Piece number 3. Piece number 4. Whoa, no, girl. That's piece number 5. That's piece number 4. Now piece number 5. And take your right hand, hold it above the bag. Like,
Oh, this way.
yeah. Wiggle your fingers and say these 4 magic words out loud as you wiggle your fingers. Coochie, 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 coo. You folks see what I can get people to do for free? And look, right before your eyes, the rope is now. Oh, that trick stunk, huh? Oh, I know what's wrong, Ann, I'm sorry. I told you to use your right hand. That was the wrong hand. I should have told you to use your left hand. Yeah. And then that would have been the right hand.
Right.
Yeah. Wiggle, no.
Oh, I gotta wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle. Say the 4 magic words.
Coochie, coochie.
Good. And look. Wait, what the hell is this? We're getting closer. What I'd like to do now is show everybody here how to make beer disappear. I'm sure some of you already know how to do that. However, I'm not allowed to drink when I perform. So, let me just get... I'm going to make the entire bottle of beer disappear. Watch this as I make the bottle of beer disappear. Here we go, watch. Bottle of beer. gone. Ta-da! Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now to make the bottle of beer come back. Ta-da! What? What? You guys didn't like that trick? No? You didn't like it when I made the bottle of beer disappear? You liked it. Thank you. Thank you for coming. All right, then I have a good idea. Let's forget the whole trick. Being a wonderful audience, and before I leave, I just want to leave you with this thought. If you like my show, my name is Steve. If you didn't, my name is Caddy. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Bye-bye.